Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. In the background, look, I want to show you right there, my lazy wife. Look at her. Look at her. She's sleeping, wiping the drool off her face. Look at her. Isn't she cute though? We'll hang out for a few minutes and see who comes along. I did not advertise this one. It won't be a real long one because I have a bunch of stuff to do outside today. No more napping. I was doing research for a video. But trying to think what all has been going on. Just got back into Alabama. Had to go to Tennessee to do some work. No. Hey, CAG. CAG09. It was actually a fairly recent video. 3 days old, actually. I try not to do videos Hey, Matthew. I try not to do videos advertising that I'm out of town while I'm out of town. So there's always a few days lag, and I post those out of town videos when I'm home, just to be secure. I actually have another part of that video that I will post. Okay, cool, Chris. I have another part of that video that I will post. I'm eating peanut M&Ms. And it was very sobering and eye-opening. I had gotten back. This was next day. And I found that water tower. I've already looked at it in Google Earth. I'm going to go back. There's a lake further down. Probably take a fishing rod, do a little fishing. But I was walking down the next day. And if you caught the last few minutes of that video, there's a girl coming out of the woods with like some white girl with dreadlocks, baggy pants and baggy shirt. I don't know, homeless or just lived there, whatever. She was there the next day. And so the next day, I was hiking going down. And there were like, let's see, 6 or 7 people that were there in a group. I was coming back up, they were coming down. And you ever get that sense in your head that just something's not right and your spider sense just kind of starts tingling? And so I was coming back up and I had like a little shoulder bag or something like that, nothing exotic. And I had a t-shirt, like another t-shirt, had my gun on my hip. And I'm licensed to carry, so I'm good in Tennessee. And they were coming down, and we kind of met back up on the top there. And they were looking at me, and I was, just kind of, hey, how are you guys doing? And they were looking at me very predatory. And these were teenagers, 17, 18. And, hey, Doc Falcon, what you up to? And so I started talking, because I talk to anybody. Started talking to them and everything, but keeping a distance from them. And they start talking and looking and kind of spreading out and talking to each other. And I'm like, what you guys doing? And then I just kind of opened my shirt up, and I have a duty holster, and I carry a full size 9mm when I'm out and about. I just put a shirt over it. I carry that. And so I always, just out of habit, sometimes I'll put my hand on my hip and rest it right there. And then they started looking. And then like that girl with the dirty dreadlocks, she said, he's got a gun. Or I think he has a gun, or I see a gun, or something like that. To a couple of other dark people that are right there. And they looked at me. I said, y'all good? We good? And then somebody said, is that a gun? I said, yep. And why you carry a gun? I said, so I can shoot bad people. And they just kind of looked at me. I said, I'm heading back. And they just kind of looked at me. And then I walked back over the hill. And that was the end of that. And that's why I labeled that video situational awareness, because when I went out there, you can kind of see somebody. And like I said, I'm not scared of much. But you want to be careful when you're out there doing this stuff. So, and I haven't even posted that video yet. So you'll see it, and it'll be up there. So act surprised when you see it, guys. But that's it. Everything's going good. Working out in the yard, stringing fence. About to start cutting some grass. The hooch is over there trying to take a nap. I won't let her. Look at her. See? Right? Oh, dang it. On the other side. Other side. Bam. Over there. Dude. Yes, sir, Doc. It was in at the bottom of Lookout Mountain, Lookout Valley, the foothills of Tennessee. I was at the Red Roof Inn off of Cummings Drive. Your wife is behind you napping too.
Yeah, but she's probably asleep.
That's funny. Yeah, the hooch is over there grumbling and complaining because she's snoring. She was snoring, and I told her she had to stop snoring because I was doing a live stream.
Throw something at you. If I could only get up.
Yeah, Matthew. I'll hear a joke. I'm sorry she's not feeling good, Doc. Hopefully she's doing okay. But how have you guys been doing? Doc, you been out traveling? And Chris, how are you doing? Where are you calling from, Chris, or watching from, rather? And she's mad at you for going out mowing this morning. Well, you got to cut grass. I've got to cut some in a little while. I was out stringing chicken wire. Childersburg. You're one of my relatives, aren't you? CAG. Chris, how are you doing? How is your leg doing? I did not recognize you. Hope everything's doing well. Why are you in the hospital, Doc? Alpine, actually. Huh. Why does a diver stay at the edge of a boat? This is Matthew Maddox's joke. I don't know, Matthew. Why does a diver stay at the edge of a boat? Hey, Chris, I talked to Robert, I want to say last weekend. They came to pick up that little dog from mom and dad's, and talked to your mama, and she was doing good. And we hung around for a few minutes before we ended up having to leave. Heart skipped a few beats. High fever, tons of good stuff. Huh. That's interesting, Doc. Have you had the flu? Oh, wow. Yeah, that can be quite real. It has been hot. Oh, cool. That's kind of funny, Matthew. Kind of funny. A little bit funny. A little bit funny. A little bit funny. I understand. I understand, Doc. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, you have to watch in the heat. I go to a lot of places, and yesterday I was in a paper mill, and I was checking on equipment, and it's a long line, so you're working for an hour, and it's 120 degrees where you are. And it was so freaking hot. And I was trying to get finished so I can come back home to Alabama. So I did not take breaks or lunches or anything like that. And I'm going up and down this line, just checking and checking. It is so freaking hot. And I'm not kidding. Your clothes, I mean, you're looking down at a computer screen, and your face is dripping sweat on the computer screen. And you're wiping it off with a paper towel so you can see it. It's just so freaking hot. Chris, I will be happy to. Maybe I don't know if I could shoot any. I don't know how good I would be shooting doves. I'm not that good with a shotgun, but man, I'd be happy to come down and embarrass myself with y'all and hang out. I'd be happy to. But it was so freaking hot, and the equipment I had, it was so hot, it actually turned off. I'm going to say it was around 120 degrees. A lot of steam, and the equipment started registering faults and errors, and I thought, oh, I know what it is, and so I actually had to go in and sit down. There you go. There you go, Doc. Cruise around with a huge cold drink. Absolutely. Yeah, that would work. That would work indeed. And actually, when I went and sat down, it was just so freaking hot I let the equipment cool off, and I was just exhausted. And I was glad that the equipment failed, and then of course it came back on after it cooled off. But I was just so freaking hot, and I was glad to have that excuse because I was about at my end too. It was hot. What kind of mower did you get, Doc? Hey, Chris, are you feeling any better? Have you had any more problems since that hospital visit? I'm curious. Cub Cadet XT1. That sounds like a real ride mower. XT1. Is that one of those zero turns? Well, heck, I might be able to. Let's see. I don't think it let me while I'm. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Chris. All the kids in school as well? Question mark. I don't blame you. The zero turns are nice, but they are quite expensive when it comes to repairs. Hey, Jonathan. I like it already. And the problem I've had with zero turns is they're too big to go through my gates. I can do a 42-inch. Color's good motor. Yeah. 42-inch ride mower deck. And I can go through any of my gates. Anything larger than that, like the times I have barred my neighbors. That's pretty dang good. If you can get a deal from it. Yeah. But if I do anything larger, I'm going to have to buy larger gates. And I bought 2 larger gates. And I don't really want to buy any more gates. But I probably will have to at some point. Because where I'm working at now, today, or this afternoon, or shortly, I have to have a larger gate. So we're not going to talk too long today because I have to go back outside. Okay, Matthew, you asked, when I had the Briggs V-twin Vanguard on the Murray Gator, how fast did it go with 820? Okay, with the Murray Gator and the Briggs V-twin, I could get about 18 or 20 miles an hour. Mind you, I was moving 4 tires in full 4-wheel drive, and those were 24-inch tires. 18 or 20 miles an hour. And that's pretty dang good, in my opinion, for that. When I put that single cylinder engine on it, it dropped down significantly. It was a big single cylinder engine. I went from a 16 horsepower V-twin to a 18 horsepower single cylinder. And I thought, maybe 12 miles an hour. It was underwhelming. It was not impressive at all. With the same tires and transmission, it was not, and the same belt, the same pulley, motor pulley. It was not impressive at all. It was actually really disappointing. I've got both those motors. I probably will pull that motor off at some point, rebuild the carburetor on that 16 V-twin, and put it back on just for the heck of it, because I need to do something with it. The tires on it are 3 years old. Yeah, 3 years old now, but they're brand new. They still have the tits on them. Still have the little rubber strands on them. Now, it does not, Doc. It does not. I cannot generate the RPMs and the torque to turn those big 24-inch tires. Now, you could put it on anything else, that 18 single cylinder, and it would probably do fantastic and would be radical. But on that big old thing, especially with a dump bed on the back of it, it wouldn't do much. It just did not. Like I said, it was very disappointing and underwhelming. I thought I was doing something exotic, and it was terrible. It really was.
Turn your viewfinder off, Dad.
My what?
Your computer.
Why?
Get up.
Lady, just get up and cover up.
I got a lady coming.
To do
buy
what?
Something.
Look at her. She's butt naked,
No, not.
walking around. Yeah, Doc, it was, I mean, it had enough torque, and like I said, maybe for two wheels on just a regular tire, like a regular Turf Saver, it might have done really well. But I mean, I was doing, these are ATI, I can't remember what they're called. ATI 4x4 tires. It sure wouldn't turn the tires over. It wouldn't spin them. It was actually a very big step back. I got two of those 16 horsepower overhead valves, and I'm probably going to put one back on that Murray Gator, and then put one back on the Kudzu. Yeah, absolutely, Doc. It did not have enough torque to turn the tires over. It did not. And I'd always heard that, and I thought, that's a bunch of crap. You know, back years ago when I was a kid, playing with cars, doing this, and you know, putting 50-inch Mickey Thompsons on the back of tires, or on the back of on the rear ends, and wide tires and everything. You talk about having enough to turn it, but that's great. Yeah. But it was interesting to see it in action. It was actually very interesting. But I have to say, we're going to cut this one short because I have a bunch of stuff I got to do today. And we're getting ready to move a bunch of the roosters out to the backyard. And I got a video coming up about that. And what are you doing? Just in here pressing around.
I bought some cereal from the stores. What are you snickering about?
Nothing. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap everything up for today. And stop it. That was abuse. Somebody call 411 or something.
They saw nothing. YouTube don't tell nothing. See, your buddy probably like me better than you.
Yeah. Hush it. Go do some work. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap everything up. Thanks for watching. Yes, Doc, we will head out. And I'll do some videos. I may try to, like I said, start doing one of these in the middle of the week. If I got time, work's been freaking crazy to have me all over the damn state of Alabama and Texas and Georgia and Mississippi. So anyway, guys, take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Y'all be careful. Y'all have a good day. You got a 6-inch up front, 4-inch, 8, 20. Okay, 6 in the front, 4 in the back. Hey, Marvin. Yeah. 28 miles an hour. That's fantastic, Matthew. I would ask you, how fast can you stop? Because I have hit trees before. And that's one reason I don't do a lot of that anymore. the mud mowers, because you really need to work on. Everybody asks me how fast you can go. I'll say, well, how fast you can stop, because that is something that will hurt you badly. Like I said, I've hit a tree and like wrapped around a tree when I first started doing it. So it's not something you want to do. I would hope you would not do what I did. Hey Pete, how are you doing? I hang out for a little bit more. Tires of 26, blah blah blah. That's pretty cool. Don't get too top heavy with those tires, because you change your center of gravity.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
when you do hard turns, you will. That's something you have to watch
Yes.
for. And it's, when you're making a ride mower go 20 plus miles an hour, you have to figure out you're redesigning everything. It's not made to go that fast. So front end suspension, braking, that's all stuff you have to consider. And it's stuff that we did. We did it for years, goofing off, playing around. So it's entirely doable, but it can be expensive. And it's just something you do. I about wore my back out doing all that stuff with it. And oh my God, Marvin, it's freaking hot. It's freaking hot. I about wore my back out messing with them and playing with them. And I bought that 4-wheeler, which has suspension and brakes and all kinds of stuff. And it's like a Cadillac as compared 95. It's been pretty dang warm, guys. I have to say, I was outside from like 11 in the edge of the woods, stringing chicken wire onto one of our fences, and it's gotten warm. It has, and now we're at 333 here in Central Alabama, and this is the hottest part of the day for us. Oh my goodness, Matthew, you shift to slow down. I see you misspelled it, but it's okay.
What were you talking about?
Pete, the pears were fan-damn-tastic. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Sometimes within 24 hours. Before you send your team to college, make sure you help protect them. Talk to your team's doctor about meningitis and vaccination.
Boy.
These are the pears, and I decided to dehydrate a buttload of them. I have bags of these, and they are pretty good, pretty dang good. And you can rehydrate them to make pies and stuff out of them. I gotta say, they're really dang good. If I had to do it all over again, I would have peeled them first, because I did not peel these. I've got 5 pounds of apples I'm doing this evening, and 5 pounds of garlic that I'm going to do. I'm going to do those separately though, otherwise you're going to get some stank apples. That would not be ideal. I am going to try to do some preserves, not with the dried ones, but I am going to try to do some preserves. My parents have expressed an interest in getting some, so I was going to carry a garbage can full of pears over there, and we'll probably do a buttload of preserves for them and for us as well. So, but yeah, Pete, they turned out really, really good. Like I said, the only thing I would have done different, because I dipped these in lemon juice to keep them from turning brown. You can do ascorbic acid to do that. I would have peeled them, because they taste they're not bad, but some people don't like the peel because they are chewy. And believe it or not, those things dry out. That was the size of a pear.
You can wipe this table off. We should be here in about 20 minutes.
Okay. But dang good though. Anyway, thank you for asking. All right, guys, I am going to wrap it up now because we got somebody that's supposed to be coming to pick up something. The hooch is selling something to somebody for something. I don't know, guys. I just work here. So this time officially for real. Guys, you take care of yourself. Y'all be careful. Take care of your people. Absolutely, Pete. Cider for next year. Or some mead. That would be fantastic. Pear, honey, mead. I think that'd be damn good. You guys take it easy. Where do I hit the end? Okay, there we go. I always do this. See ya.